Okay, rulers, settle down. Ruler School is brought to you by Odyssey Games, where you can go to get singles for all your Force of Will and other trading card games, as well as these amazing patrons. Special thanks to guest lecturer member Vite Ramen. Thank you for your support. Class is in session. Hey there, rulers, DMO73 here, bringing you the deck profile for Blue Violet. This list was designed, we'd been talking about it for a bit, but this list does give credit to Derek Mukuneza of the Rogues Guild team. He was the one who designed it, played it against me in the Wanderer event. I really fell in love with the idea for it, and so I asked him for him and Thomas Graham for the list, and they got it to me. And here it is. It's very, very fun. It's very, very different. It's the idea of we're playing a grindy Violet that just says, look, I get to draw a free card every turn, and I'm going to abuse the heck out of that with Electo. So that I don't need to worry about answering your stuff. You're just never going to be able to play stuff. It's very, very cool. It also is just the deck that literally never runs out of steam. It has so many ways to recycle itself, you'll just never run out. So obviously, we're playing Violet on the front. We want her on the front for the most part for this deck because of that draw card, discard a card effect so that we can trigger Electo. But the backside is nice for being able to have a discard outlet if we need it, if we can't find that wall of terror, while also just being a threat. Stone base wise, we're playing 4 Stones of the Six Sages, 3 Dark Depths, 2 Hearth's Core, and 1 Ragnarok's Fiery Stone. The Six Sages stones here are good because we are technically a 3-color deck, but you could just as easily, if you really wanted to, bump this up to 4, bump this up to 4, and then find like a one of, like an Atom stone instead. So this deck isn't as reliant on Six Sages stone because we're not trying to flip Violet really that often, but you have that option if you want it. Going into the main deck, we're playing 4 copies of Umir. This is really great because not only can it help us play Electo in the early game because Electo's a Cthulhu, but it also becomes this repeatable threat from the RFG, which they will end up in the RFG a lot because we'll be recycling them with Electo. So it's nice to have this kind of repeatable, bigger body to help grind the game down a little bit faster when we get to that kind of end game state. 4 copies of Electo to be able to create that discard sacrifice loop. Use it as many times as we want. 4 copies of Wall of Terror for protection and the heavy discard that we need in the early game to get down to null quickly. 4 copies of Sincere Engineer Heart-to-Heart Talk because 1, it reduces Violet's effect, 2, it helps us to get improved Healing Robot, and 3, it is a draw power effect for the beauty of what we need there. 3 Tiny Violets to be able to recycle Everfrosts, 3 improved Healing Robots to be able to recycle the deck infinite times and gain life, which is really nice in the early game. The 4 copies of Voice for the Void are nice because of the way you can kind of abuse the being able to cast it for free if your hand is null. So if it's the last card in your hand and you put it on the chase, it's technically free. And then while your hand is empty, you can put multiple copies of it on the chase for free, which is really, really crazy. As you saw in the video, I put 3 from the graveyard on the chase simultaneously by holding priority so that I kind of create this chain effect. And with improved Healing Robot, you can recycle these Voice from the Voids a lot because it has Remnant, which is kind of the biggest way that the deck kind of keeps your opponent down to 0. Atom package wise, we're playing 4 Everfrost because draw power to trigger Electo multiple times, Dark Prominence for spot removal, Aegis for spot removal, Void to deal with opponents' graveyards, and that's it. Just a giant toppling of 10 atoms total. And then it gets into the utility pieces. So Allosaurus, the Invader of God City, to be able to grab a card back from the RFG if we need it, like an Electo, if we need to keep going, or a Heart-to-Heart, a Wall of Terror, or whatever. This just really helps us to be able to kind of recycle that. Avenger of Amadeus is so that we never deck out. 1 copy of Virgil to fill in a slot and to be able to threaten it sometimes in the late game, especially when we're both kind of at 0 cards. Sometimes you need a way to close the game out quickly, and Virgil can help you do that. And then a copy of Castle of Beatrice to be able to recycle the improved Healing Robots really nicely, as well as being able to protect our graveyard. So that is the deck. Let me know what you guys think about this idea. Again, huge thanks to Derek and Thomas for shipping me the list. Be able to share with you all and play it on the channel. It was a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoy it. It's a complicated list, but really, really cool when you pull it off. Let me know what you guys think, or if you have some different ideas for Violet in this new meta. And until next time, this is TMO73 saying, class dismissed.